Okay, so you want to be able to make money online. You have heard of this thing called remote closing, remote sales, and you've just seen, okay, cool, there's an opportunity here. But there's this question in the back of your mind that you may be asking yourself, which is, what if I'm not good at sales? What if I'm just not talented at it? What if I have no experience in it? Does that mean that I can actually make this thing called remote closing or remote selling work for me? And can I work from, a home office just like this and actually make decent money online? If that's you, then this is going to be a presentation I have for you. My name is Josh. I am one of the founders here of Closer Pro Systems. Not going to get into my whole background, but really just going to dive in. And I really want to add you a lot of value and hopefully help you understand that it is definitely possible as long as you know these few things. So let me share my screen here. I'm going to walk you through something I'll put together for you here today. So you don't need to be great at sales in order to make good money online, well, selling. Okay. And so what do I mean by that? Right. So I'll tell you a little bit of a story of myself. I'll never forget this day when I want to say this is probably middle schoolish or something like that, or my first year of high school. And I'll never forget where we had these little cards for our football team. And so they were these cards where we had to go door to door and actually sell these things, right? And this was the only way that we could raise money for equipment, for our gear, for our uniform, and things like that. And it was really a forced activity, right? We didn't have a choice but to do it. I didn't, no one gave me permission to just skip out on this thing. And I'll never forget being this shy little kid and just being so nervous. I was the kid that when it came to introduce yourself in class or if you had to stand up in church and do something, I was the kid that would just start sweating. My heart would start racing and I would just be so nervous. And that may be a feeling you have when you think about sales. So I don't forget knocking on these doors and just dreading it. I hated every second of it. It was awkward. I didn't know how to introduce myself. I didn't know what to say. And so I was probably the worst person at doing it. I did not do good. I remember going from door to door to door to door. And even though this is a fundraiser, guys, a fundraiser for a school, I still saw nothing and I was discouraged. And at that point in time, I think that's when I first started having this limiting belief around this isn't for me, right? I'm going to have that's not going to be my job. I'm not going to talk to people. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to present. I'm definitely not going to be a salesperson. And that was probably when that belief was established in me. And so that might be something that you're dealing with right now and just feeling this fear of not being able to do this, right? Not being able to actually work from home, control your schedule, and get into remote sales because you might have this belief that sales just might not be for you, right? You may be thinking, I can't make money in remote sales because I'm not good at sales. And if that's you, well, we have a resource for you. It's called Closer Pro Academy. If that's something you're interested in, you'll probably see around here, or you'll see in the group if this is where I'm posting in the group, depending on where this video is at, you'll see a spot where you can actually just book a call with me and my team, and we will just talk with you. We'll walk you through it. We'll see, is this an opportunity for you? I will be brutally honest with you and just let you know, hey, is this a skill set that might be for you? And if so, we can talk about what it looks like to join Closer Pro Academy. But let's get into this, right? And give you 3 things here that will break that belief and show you why you don't necessarily need to be great at sales to actually be great in remote sales. Okay. And the first reason is that the old way of selling just does not work anymore, anyways, right? This whole ideal of the used car salesman, I know that's probably hard to see here, but the whole idea of this used car salesman that you have to be able to be quick, you have to be witty, you have to be able to sell anything to everyone. I can sell ice to an Eskimo, like all those different things. That is so 90s and it just does not work anymore in the first place, right? If you think that is the mentality, if you think that is who you have to be, even if you are that way, you are not going to do good in the world of high ticket remote sales. Okay. Because you just simply have to love helping people. If you can do that, if you feel called to do that, then you can be great at remote sales. Now, if you don't like helping people solve problems, if you don't like to be the person to show someone something new, to be able to get someone to overcome a fear, get someone to, do something like that, then it might not be for you. But if you like to help people, you can take that drive and put it into a framework that will make you one of the best closers ever. And this is me several years later after that experience of figuring out that I hate sales, actually speaking in front of a crowd. And I believe this room of these are about 20 something people that actually signed up for me because I sold them. Okay. But the cool part about it is because I unlock this potential and understanding the real part about sales is that it's not about being quick, witty, cheesy, right, scammy, or any of those things. And it's simply about understanding how to help people and help people help themselves. That I was able to become someone that could present in front of people and actually do sales. Okay. And so, number two here, you don't need natural talent. Okay. This is a great comic article that I love where the person's like, how do you draw so well? Person, the other kid says practice. The other kid says it must be an innate gift from God, right? Like this is a gift bestowed on you. It's natural talent. The kid replies again, it's practice. Other kid walks away. I'll never understand how some people are so talented. A mystery. And again, what does the kid say? Practice. Okay. And so my point here is that that is what it is, right? Getting good at something is 9 times out of 10 just practice. It's not natural talent. And this is the cool part. This is something that was really cool. There was this 20-hour rule that was discovered. And essentially, what this 20-hour rule says is that you take 20 hours to intentionally learn something, right? Go through content, go through a course, consume it, watch videos like this, all those different things. Within 20 hours, not will you master it, but you can become pretty proficient and decent at that skill set. That includes the skill set of remote sales. Okay. So you don't have to be an expert, right? You don't have to have natural talent because natural talent doesn't exist, right? It is something that was a learned behavior, whether that was intentional or unintentional. Anything that is looked at as a natural talent was taught in some way. And so with this new discovery, right, of the 20-hour rule, this means that you can take your desire, right, to create a new life for yourself, to create new income streams from online, to work from wherever you want, and to have control of your schedule. You can just apply this 20-hour rule to yourself, not be the person that wants to say everything's a gift from God or anything like that, and be the person that actually intentionally practices. And a good example of this is Drake. Drake is someone that is actually new on one of my company's sales teams, and he came into the world of remote sales for us with zero experience, none at all. And we spent about 20 hours in an onboarding process, 20 hours going through the stuff that we have in our Closer Pro Academy, 20 hours talking about this world of remote sales and what it looks like and not scripting and not being cheesy and all these different things. And in his first month ever doing remote sales, the dude brings in $10,000 in income, earned income, right? Straight to his bank account. And it was so cool to see, not because he just doubled his income from a previous job or anything like that. It was because he was able to take something that he didn't know that he didn't think he had natural talent for. And by just applying training in the 20-hour role, he was able to become very decent at it to where in his first month, he's able to make life-changing money. And so that's the goal, right? Is to keep getting better, but it starts with investing in yourself and figure out that you just need to apply that 20-hour rule to this same skill set. And then the last thing here, the third thing I want to give you, and this is probably the cool thing, is because right now you might still be thinking, man, I still just can't. I want to do this, but I can't sell. Well, here's the cool part. To get into the world of remote sales, you don't actually have to sell. So you don't have to sell to make money in remote sales. And this is probably the most mind-blowing thing for most people, but I'll walk you through why. And that's because right now we live in a day and age of online, right? Where in your palm, you can have a cell phone that can do so many different things. And right now, companies are looking for people who can provide the layup for their closers. Okay. So you may not be the person at first, right? Who may be ready to dive into the water and actually say, hey, I'm going to go and sell things to other people. But you could be the person that provides that layup. And companies, especially if you're doing it for a high ticket remote product, right? That's, B2B consulting or anything like that. Companies are willing to pay great money. We do it at our company for people that can lay up for their closers. And what does that essentially mean? That means that you are the person that are getting appointments booked, right? Also known as an appointment setter. And the cool part about this is, yes, this means making phone calls and stuff like that, but you can do that from anywhere. You can do it from your couch. You can do it from home. You can do it while, your kids are at home, all these different things. You can make it happen, right? By just being able to simply pick up the phone and call. Right. And the other part that's really cool about it is most of this is actually happening in the DMs. Okay. So you'll see here this lady's texting on her phone. Most of this nowadays, when it comes to appointment setting, is actually happening via text message, social media, DMs, and things like that as well. creating conversations, emails, things like that. So if you can do that, you can make money from the world of remote sales. And a good example of this is Layla. Layla is our nurture specialist director here at both of our companies actually now. And this is probably one of the coolest stories because Layla was, stay-at-home mom. She still wanted to be able to provide. She still wanted to be able to have income. She still had career goals that she wanted to hit. But what she did not want to sacrifice, she didn't want to have to go into an office. She didn't want to have to work some grueling 8 to 10 hour day, not see her kids or anything like that. And so that's where she decided to try and find remote work. And this is where we found her. She had never heard of remote sales before. She didn't even know this was going to be an opportunity for her. And there was just this skill set that we were able to teach, right? And that was appointment setting. And so she became great at it. She crushed it, did a great job. And now she actually manages our team of appointment setters. She actually coaches here at Closer Pro System as well for other appointment setters, other moms, dads, anyone who's looking to be able to work from home, may not jump straight into sales, but want to make money by doing remote sales with appointment setting. And so Layla's a beautiful example of this, of that you don't have to actually be a closer doing the sales to still make decent money from remote sales. And so, guys, if you want to join a $3.2 billion industry, if you want to get into this thing called remote sales, if you want to use the skill set, then around this video, whether you're in the Facebook group, whether you're watching this on the landing page or whatever it is, you'll see an opportunity where you can book a call with myself and my team to talk about Closer Pro Academy, where we can just have an honest conversation. Let's walk through your goals, your income needs, what you want to do, why you want to work from home, all those different reasons, and see if this is an opportunity that would be a great fit for you. If so, we can get you enrolled in Closer Pro Academy. And of course, we can talk about what that looks like and all the good stuff there. So I hope this gives you some power. I hope this gives you some motivation. I hope this gives you some encouragement if you're looking to make a shift, but you just have that hesitation of what if I'm not good at sales? All right, you guys have a great day. See you on the next one.